My name is Jovanha Gutierrez Ortega, and today you're watching the global news. Risk, culture wars, fights, those are things that have always existed in movements, because that's how movements work, and feminism has never been a model of it. One thing that is holding women back is class conflict, that is making feminism claims impossible, sometimes distasteful to other groups.
From this to this. Protesters made their mark on the Capitol. In Mexico, where more than 10 women are killed on average every day, levels of violence against women in Latin America are among the highest in the world.
In 2015 to 2019, 15,804 murders of women were committed, of which just 3,751 were investigated as feminicide. That is 23.7%. Imagine, that's not even the half. And also in 2019, 3,825 women were murdered, but only 1,600 cases were investigated as feminicide. What happened to the other feminicide? Why are they not being investigated? Discover this and more in our first episode. Today I speak for all those women who can't do it now. And yes, as you can imagine, today I'm going to talk about feminism. Feminism is a social and political movement. It's about changing the way people see male and female rights and campaigning for equal ones. Somebody who follows feminism is called a feminist. The context of violence against women and girls in Mexico is especially serious, when it seems to us a few years ago that we were going to move forward because in Mexico legislation and institutions were being generated that seemed to be solid. Well, that's not true, because in 2020 in Mexico a woman was murdered every 2.5 hours on average, and every day 10 women are murdered. Just think. Right now, a woman or even a girl could be suffering.
Mi historia de abuso duró 14 años de vida. Mi abusador es mi padre. En mi transcurso de niña conocí lo que era la prostitución, solo que no sabía que se nombraba de esa manera. Y tampoco sabía que daban dinero a cambio de todo. Y lo cuento porque sigo viva.
Cuando nos enteramos de la pérdida de Fátima, salí a gritar y salí a reclamar con todo el dolor de mi alma. El dolor que sentimos no se puede expresar. No hay palabras.
I can sadly assure you that no country in the world has achieved the gender equality. But I can also say that I'm one of the lucky ones. My life has been very lucky because my parents did not love me less for being a woman. My school don't limit me because I was a girl. My teachers didn't assume that I will go less far because I might give birth to a child one day. All these people that helped me through my life, they might not know it, but they are feminists that are changing the world today. We need more people like that.
Feminism is not trying to take from men, but just trying to raise to the same level as what men have.
We've already seen how men can run the world because they've been doing it, and there's been a lot of messed up things that have happened because of it. I think it's time for women to actually have a voice.
Gender equality is not just a problem of women, because now, still in 2021, we can see boys suffering from mental illness, unable to ask for help for fear that it will make them less of a man. Men don't have benefits of gender equality either. Both men and women should be free to be sensitive. Both men and women should be free to be strong. It is time that we all perceive genders as equals instead of two sides of opposed ideas. I invite you to step forward to ask yourself, if not me, who? If not now, when? And well, that one was a hard topic, and this last question led us thinking a lot. If not me, who? If not now, when? What a hard question. But well, in other news, COVID-19.
India's capital city has declared a health emergency.
Second wave is crashing over Europe, and intensive care capacity is close to breaking point.
Nobody wants to go through this. I wouldn't wish this on anybody.
There are now more than 7,700 confirmed cases worldwide, the death toll climbing to 170 in China.
How we're doing in the fight against this deadly disease.
The big question is, why not? Why isn't anybody listening?
But what is coronavirus? This is an infection disease caused by the most recently discovered coronavirus. The outbreak of COVID-19 started in Wuhan, China in December of 2019. The most common symptoms of this disease are fever, tiredness, and dry cough. However, some patients may also have pains, nasal congestions, runny nose, or sore throat. All these symptoms are mild and they appear gradually. Actually, in the world, there are 180 million of cases and unfortunately 3.9 million of deaths. Just in Mexico, there are 2.39 million of cases and 232,000 of deaths. But fortunately now, vaccines are more available. In Mexico, there are around 7 types of vaccines and 18 million of people just in Mexico that are already vaccinated. Most people between 40 and 60 or more years old are vaccinated. In the case of children, there were no vaccine until now, because children of 12 years and older can receive the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine, but now it's only available in the United States. Although vaccines are more available, it is important to take care of yourself and follow the necessary measurements to avoid contagions. Taking advantage of the fact that we are talking about diseases, NCDs are more popular in our generations. NCDs, more common known as non-communicable diseases, are diseases that develop slowly, and they are not caused by infection or microorganisms. NCDs are caused by a combination of genetic, physiological, environmental, behavioral, and lifestyle factors. And also, they are considered chronic. More than 41 million people die from non-communicable diseases worldwide each year. It is estimated that NCDs will be responsible for 53 million of deaths worldwide each year by 2030. 15 million of the total number of deaths from NCDs occur in people who are 69 years old or younger. A fatal NCD is a cardiovascular disease which takes 17.9 million of lives each year. But why do NCDs tend to develop? NCDs can be developed from many factors. One of them can be the fact that we live in urbanized areas that demand busier and more stressful lifestyle, a bad lifestyle that put us to risk. Also can be a combination of genetic, a polluted environment, and also an unhealthy diet. Non-communicable diseases such as diabetes and cardiovascular disease have become a leading cause of death in Mexico. As we said above, they are caused by pollution, bad diets, etc. Another problem that is caused by pollution are endemic species. Endemic species are those plants and animals that exist only in a geographical area. But the problem are not the endemic species. The problem is that those species only live in a specific geographic area, and all the contamination ends up with all those ecosystems that are vital for endemic species to survive. One real good example is the snow leopard, that according to the IUCN and its red list of threatened species, the snow leopard is in category of danger of extinction. One big reason that the snow leopard is in category of extinction is because of hunting. Hunters illegally kill snow leopards, and even though they are in danger, they sell the animal for money to make fur clothing. Its population is concentrated in Central Asia in 12 countries. The most notable are China, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Russia, and Mongolia. And now, to end, we're going to talk about Mexico. Mexico placed second among the most natural beautiful countries in the world, according to an article by one McLaren collaborator of the Travel and Leisure magazine. Mexico is a country in the southern portion of North America. It's bordered to the north by the United States, to the south and west by the Pacific Ocean, to the southeast by Guatemala, Belize, and the Caribbean Sea, and to the east by the Gulf of Mexico. It is the 10th most populous country and has the most Spanish speakers. I would say that some of the things that represents Mexico a lot is the gastronomy. When we talk about the delicates our culture offers daily with all the ingredients we have and that many countries wish they could have. Start thinking about the delicious mole rojo, move on to the famous tacos al pastor, and then end with a pozole plate that you can find in almost every Mexican home. The list of the fantastic food we have is so extensive that it will be impossible to show it to you without making your stomach crave at least one dish. What makes Mexico's gastronomy so unique is the passion and love we have through our traditions and roots. This is reflected not only in the festivities we have, but also in the food, a simple reminder that all great rice tastes better when we prepare it in a traditional clay pot than when we use a modern pot. Food represents a lot to Mexican traditions. A real good example is the Day of the Dead, that it is celebrated in Mexico between October 21st and November 2nd. Families create offerings to honor their departed family members that have passed. These altars are decorated with bright orange marigold flowers, photos of the person, and the favorite foods and drinks of the one being honored. It's celebrated in different ways in different locations from Mexico. Festivities tend to be more colorful in the southern region, particularly in the state of Michoacán, Oaxaca, and Chiapas. This holiday is an excellent time to visit Mexico. Not only you will be able to witness these special celebrations, but you can also enjoy the activities in this beautiful country. All people have different activities about the celebration. Usually, it depends on the family what activities they are gonna do. But the most common are to make the altars and go to the houses to ask for candies. Usually they buy that bread, a popular tradition in the celebration of this holiday. Unfortunately, this is all for today. Thank you for watching us and be welcome for our next transmission.